Hey kids, we're going to start today with a notice wonder. So I have a picture here and I want to know, what do you notice about this? All right, so everybody hit pause right now and I want you to start noticing things about this image here. Hit pause. All right, I'm going to take some guesses about what you noticed. So let's see here. Maybe you counted each and every square and you noticed there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's 7 across the top. Maybe you already noticed that. And then maybe you were like, oh, I could count how many rows there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So, we've got 6 rows and 7 columns. And then maybe you counted each one by one. So how many squares were there if you did that? Did you find out there were 42 squares? Let's see. I'm going to take another guess that some of you are probably telling me that you didn't count these one by one. You probably had some other strategy. Did anybody think about splitting this up so that you could figure it out with facts that you already know? So maybe you split the 7 columns into, let's see, a 5 and a 2. So maybe you did 7 columns, and then you're like, well, I know I could turn a 7 into a 5 and a 2, like that. Remember back in the day when we used to do number bonds in first grade and we would always do things like this? 7, and then we'd go like this, 5, and then 2. It's still happening in 3rd grade, but now we're using it with way more complex ideas, right? So we've split the 7 into a 5 and a 2, I'm guessing, and maybe some of you said I counted 5 6 times. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So if we did 6 groups of 5, and then maybe you were like, well, then I just had 6 groups of 2 after that. 6 groups of 2. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So plus the 6 groups of 2. And we know that that was 30 over here, and then 12 over here, and 30 plus 12 equals 42. Did anybody do that? Split it into a friendly fact? I bet somebody did. That's actually called the distributive property. When I break things down like that, I'm using the distributive property, and I do that a lot. It has to be one of my very all-time favorites. I always say the distributive property saves lives. You ever think about that? Probably not. Trying to move that, but I probably shouldn't. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take some more guesses. What else could we say? Ooh, did anybody keep the 7 together? And then did anybody split up the 6? Maybe you decided to chop up the 6 into a 5 and a 1. And then we have 5 groups of 7. 5 groups of 7 plus 1 group of 7. So 5 groups of 7 would be here. And then 1 group of 7 would be here, right? So 5 groups of 7. Let's count them out. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So 35 plus 1 group of 7 is 7. So that would equal 35 plus 7, 42. Any way we count it, we're going to keep getting 42, right? 42 squares is our answer here, but we're getting creative on our strategies. We want to make really good, strong strategies on how we're counting this. So every time we count, we're still representing 6 groups of 7, but we're thinking about it in different ways, right? So we thought about it as maybe 5 groups of 7 plus 1 more group of 7. We also split the 7 up into a 5 and a 2 and did it differently. All right, kids, how did you do it? Let me know if I did not get your idea. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. All right, see you next time. Bye.